Welcome back to Cosmoholics Anonymous. I am your favorite girl, Bo Vintage, and today's video is Bad Girls Club, of course, okay, on schedule. So I can't be the only one who was like smiling and like hype at the intro, because you know how at the beginning of the show they show what's gonna happen on the episode, and I was hype AF. Like, I could not wait. I was like, I need the show to start immediately. This episode was called Swimming with Sharks. The intro was so dramatic. Like, they had underwater, they had like blood in the water, like it was so dramatic. I was like, this is too much. Then the episode actually started and it took off where it left off, which was the two fights that they kept panning back and forth between, and I was frustrated as hell last week. But this week they got their shit together and they showed us the fight separately. So they started off with Kiara and Kiana. So Kiki and Ki. Kiki is Big Ki, Ki is Little Ki, okay? I feel like I have to do that every single week because there's newcomers. So how I saw the fight, and I pulled it back 3 damn times to make sure, because I didn't want to be up here sounding like a damn jackass. So basically what happened was Kiki pushed Ki. As soon as that happened, Ki swung on Kiki, and then Kiki swung back, and they were going back and forth. And then they ended up on the ground because of Kiki. She dropped herself. Bitch, I don't know how you drop yourself, but she dropped herself. I'm like, why does this big girl always end up on the damn ground? Like, you're so big, you should be flinging people across the room. It doesn't make sense that she is always on the damn ground. However, I was glad to see that it was her own fault she was on the ground and not because Ki managed to drop her. Like, oh, I would have been so irritated if that was the case, but it wasn't. She dropped herself, okay? We are not going to give that credit to Ki. So they're on the floor and security comes and they're trying to like separate them. And DeShayla's standing over there in the corner talking about, get her ass, Ki, get her ass, Ki. And I'm just like, bitch, what? Like, shut up, DeShayla, please, okay? Please. So then we head back into the other room where Fran is cussing out Bree. Like, bitch, bust a move, okay? I don't know why she's over here standing here talking about Bree's life choices and shit like it's any of her damn business. Bust a move. So Fran calls Bree a stripper hoe, and then Bree's like, I'm a stripper, and then she starts twerking, and then Fran starts getting real mad. And Fran charges at her. Sayora tries to like step in the middle, but Bree stay ready, okay? She ran up on Bree and Bree started swinging out the gate, child. She was punching the fuck out of Fran again. And by the time security got there, she was holding on to Fran's damn hair for dear life. And Fran was frantic, okay? We gonna call her frantic for the rest of this episode. She was frantic, honey. She was so mad because she got her ass beat again. And she's there screaming, I'm gonna fucking kill that bitch. Oh my god, Fran was so crazy after this. Like, she was actually insane. She was definitely drunk. There's no way she wasn't drunk. I'd be mad too if I just got my ass beat, bitch. I would be so mad. So I totally get it. Like, she wanted to kill her and she just kept repeating that. I'm surprised they didn't send her to a hotel because she just kept saying she was gonna kill her. But I guess the producers know Fran, those soft ass ain't gonna do nothing, so they didn't make her go to no damn hotel. They just let her stay there. I must say, Bree must have hit Fran, busted up her skull, child. She was popping her in the head. She had to hit her at least 7 times. Like, she definitely got the best of Fran. And I don't know why Fran ran up on her. Like, Fran, you know you can't fight. Just stop. Like, stop trying to prove yourself or prove a point. Just stop. In confessional, Fran admits that she waited for the other girls to leave before approaching Bree to fight her because she wanted to make sure that they were not able to say that she only fought Bree because they said to, or that they, you know, she didn't want to be looked at as a follower, and so that's why she did that. She waited for Bree to leave. She waited for the other girls to leave. Realistically, she waited for them to leave because she knew she was going to get her ass beat again. She did not want to get embarrassed in front of everybody, even though it's going to be on TV. That's the only reason why Fran wanted the other girls to leave. It had nothing to do with whatever the fuck she said. She's a damn lie. So now Kiki is in the room frustrated and she's screaming frustrated. You know those like frustration screams? She did one of those and she's complaining to Fran that Ki hit her for no reason. I'm like, bitch, what? Ki did not hit you for no reason. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even deal. I really think something is wrong with that girl. Anyway, Courtney from production comes in the room and tells Kiki that she's gonna have to go stay the night at a hotel because she told her to calm her ass down and she ain't calming down, and so she has to go to a hotel. She's pissed. She doesn't want to go to the hotel, but she gonna have to go because she ain't got no damn choice. So in her confessional, she tells us that she doesn't think she could ever trust Key again after she did this, and I'm just like, bitch, you guys have not been friends for since 5 episodes ago. Literally since Susan left, you guys have not been friends. And I don't understand why she thought otherwise. Like, you guys were not friends since you guys fell out over you becoming friends with Sayora. Y'all ain't been cordial. Y'all ain't been tight. Y'all ain't been cool. Like, I don't understand why she thought that they were friends again. Like, I was so confused by that. I'm like, no, this bitch crazy. She's nuts. Matter of fact, us, the Taurus, are disowning Kiki as a Taurus. She gonna have to be an Aries. I don't know what her birthday is, but she gonna have to be an Aries, sir. Like, she can't be a Taurus. She just can't. Like, we ain't stupid. We keep it a buck and we keep it real, not only with people, but with ourselves, okay? And she definitely is in denial about Key being her friend. Key's not your friend, so we gonna have to disown her as a Taurus, y'all. I'm so sorry if there's any Taurus out there that are fucking with her the long way, but I can't. So in the next scene, Fran is actually talking to Seven about, no, I did not put on any foundation, by the way. Fran is actually talking to Seven about the fight with Bree. She's telling her about the fight. And this bitch is trying to gloat like she really did something. Bitch, you ran up and you got done up. Like, so I don't know why she's trying to act like she did something here. I was really confused by why she was trying to gloat to Seven that she ran up on Bree when Bree beat her ass yet again. Like, I was so confused. I was like, no, Fran, please stop, baby. Like, please, I need you to relax. I was so confused. I'm like, why is she telling her this? What is happening here? And so Seven actually gives Fran a little bit of advice and, you know, just tells her to chill out, calm down, and like let it go. She did what she did and it's over now, you know. She also says in her confessional that she has a soft spot for Fran and that she likes her. But she did say that Fran needs to chill out or she is going to keep getting her ass beat. It's the morning after and Kiki returns to the house. Sayora's mom FaceTimes Sayora and she is probably the most unsupportive, negative mom I've ever seen in my life. She calls Sayora stupid for eating junk food. She's really like trying to make Sayora freaking depressed because she's just calling Sayora fat, and Sayora initiated it, you know what I mean? She started complaining about her stomach, but I feel as though it's because she probably knew her mom was going to say something about her weight anyway, because I guess that's just a thing that her family has picked at her about. When Sayora she has a great body, but it's just like with me, with my issues with my body, like so I totally get where Sayora's coming from and feeling fat when she's not. Her mom was definitely really mean and very open about how she felt about Sayora's body. And I was kind of shocked about it because the way Sayora was talking about her family in the beginning of the season, you would never expect that from her family because she never said anything about it. She only was saying stuff that they struggled about or struggled with, and you know what I mean? She never mentioned the fact that the people around her are verbally abusive in that sense. And so it was just kind of shocking to see that that's where she's coming from. When Sayora gets off the phone with her mom, she actually ends up running up and down the stairs in an attempt to lose weight or to be active because she just felt so bad after speaking to her mom, and I felt so bad for her. I was just like, no. Like, it's one thing to beat yourself up about something, but when other people are doing it to you and trying to make you feel less about yourself, it's not fair, you know what I mean? It's not fair when you do it to yourself either, but it's totally different than when somebody else is telling you about your flaws. So Key is actually in confessional and she's talking about Sayora's situation, and she's just saying that it's sad and that her mom is foul for that. No mom should ever discourage or put down their daughter. And I agree with Key 100%. So Key finally gets that E40 track that she's been waiting for. The producers finally send her record, and she's listening to it on the counter, and it sounds just as horrible as it did the first day, I'm not gonna lie. Even if she does have bars, her voice just ruins the entire experience, the entire listening experience. I just can't get jiggy with the shit, and it's not because I don't fuck with her. Like, if I genuinely like the song, I would be like, yeah, that shit rocks, even though I don't fuck with her. But I can't say that because the shit sucks ass. Like, realistically, I can't. I'm a bad bitch, I'm a bad bitch, I'm a bad bitch. No, you're not. Stop it. You're an old bitch that's bored and angry. That's what you are. You're a bored and angry bitch. That's what your song should be called. I'm a bored and angry bitch. Ooh. Miserable bitch. Not bad bitch, bitch. I'm so sorry about it. So in confessional, she tells us that she wants to perform her song. It's on the bucket list of things for them to do. She has to do a performance, and so she's just excited about her song. So in this next part, Fran actually calls her mother and is now telling her mom about the fight she had with the girl that beat her up. And she's real excited to tell her mom this, and like, she's so freaking lame about this. She's telling her mom that she swung on Brie, and she also tells her mom about the rock performance that she has coming up. And so that's basically it. She was just calling to give her mom the tea and whatever. So Key is off to rehearsal to rehearse a song for a performance that does not yet exist. She's just basically preparing just in case anything does come up. This plays a little bit into the scripted part of the show, I guess, because I mean, it's on the bucket list, so obviously she's going to be able to perform somewhere. The BGC producers are definitely good at hooking that stuff up, and so she's just going to a rehearsal to prepare herself if she does happen to get a performance. So they're at this rehearsal, and I guess it's like with a choreographer or whatever, and Seven looks bored as shit. She tries to say that it's because the rehearsal ran for like 3 or 4 hours, but she's a good friend and she's there to support Key. But realistically, it's because the shit was boring. Like, it's because she had no reason to be there, but she is a good friend, so let her support. If that's what she claiming, then let her do her, okay? Fran's performance is tonight, and she's really excited. I'm obsessed with her choker in confessional. Like, it looks so cute. I would like one. I might have to figure out how to make one like that. But yeah, her choker in confessional was everything. I was so in love with it. However, her hair, child, her hair, I can't. Her hair was beyond messy. It was beyond atrocious. I don't know what kind of style that was, but okay, Fran, do you. In confessional, Seven is being shady as usual. I think she might be the shadiest one in the house when it comes to confessionals. Her and Kiki are definitely shady as fuck in confessional. But yeah, she was in confessional and she was basically saying everybody's going except for Brie, because Brie is sick in bed with strep throat. And Sayora decided to stay back because of whatever reason. And so that is what Seven was letting us know. Seven also states again that she secretly likes Fran, but that Fran doesn't need to know that. And I was like, I wonder why, bitch. Because you don't want to seem like a flip-flopper asshole. Like, I don't understand these bitches. I really don't. So they're at this performance, and Fran, honey, is doing a whole lot of screaming in this microphone, child. And she's doing a whole lot of everything, and like, I think the band could have done well without her. I actually like Voodoo Kills. Shout out to Voodoo Kills. Hey, y'all, how you doing? I actually think that Fran did better at the rehearsal than she did at the actual performance, which is weird because I thought she was just going to go there and yell out motherfucker, motherfucker, but she didn't do that this time, and it was just kind of awkward for me. I don't know, maybe I'm just a hater, but I genuinely think that she did better at rehearsal than she did at the actual performance. For some reason, Voodoo Kills reminds me of the band from Freaky Friday, like when Lindsay Lohan and her friends were in the garage rehearsing. For some reason, that's what the band reminds me of, and I don't know, maybe that's why I like them, but that's irrelevant. So the next day, Sayora actually talks to Fran about her performance, and she's just getting, I guess, some insight on it because she didn't go. Mind you, Fran and Seora haven't really been speaking as of lately because they fell out. So they had a little bit of a kumbaya, I guess you can call it, and they kind of kissed and made up because they didn't really have any real beef. Their problem stemmed from Seora not sticking up for Fran when she was fighting with Brie. So because of this, Seven gets in her confessional, pressed as hell that these two made up, and she's now saying that everybody needs to get a can of whoop ass because she's tired of these bitches going back and forth and flip-flopping, and you know, they're just not solid and blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, why is that any of your concern? Who cares if that's how their friendship works? That's how their friendship works. It has nothing to do with you. But yeah, I didn't understand why Seven was so upset at that. Like, let them be. It's not like Fran is your friend. It's not like Fran is running in the group with you, Key, and that girl, and then jumping back and forth between the two sides of the house. She's not doing that. Like, let her do what she want to do. Seora and Brie's dumbass damn near burned the house down. I was dying at this part. Seora's like, I smell something burning. Like, she didn't know what it was, and look at the back burner on the stove, and they realized that the coffee maker's cord was near the stove or on the stove while the burner was on because they had moved Key's pot that was on the stove and didn't turn the stove off. The cord burnt off and it was plugged into the wall, and it sparked. It literally had there was a fire in the damn kitchen, y'all. They damn near almost burned down the damn kitchen. Luckily, nobody got sent home. It was mainly Seora's fault, but Brie was there when it happened, so we just gonna blame everybody. So in the next scene, I don't know if Fran organized this, but she's the one that told us that they're gonna be doing synchronized swimming. Brie gotta be black, y'all, because she said that she don't know how to swim. All she know how to do is doggy paddle. And I was kind of shocked because I'm just like, I thought like for like stripping and like hoeing, swimming was like a prerequisite because of all the sugar daddy trips that you to Maui and stuff. You gotta know how to swim if you in Maui, girl. You can't be going out there and not knowing how to swim. So I was really shocked that Brie said she couldn't swim. So yeah, they are learning synchronized swimming. Seven looked mad cute today, y'all. She had on this black bathing suit top, and then she was wearing like these high-waisted black beside the like on the beach pants, like they were like chiffon pants with lining, and she looked so cute. Her body was pizzoint, and she just looked shapoppin', so I had to give her her props for that. Seven says that the West Coast girls are so bougie. Literally none of the West Coast girls got into the pool because Key don't want to get her hair wet. Freaking Brie can't swim. Seora said her period's too heavy to get into the damn water, so she just lay in poolside. Which none of it made sense because I'm pretty sure after the swim lady left, like they all ended up getting in the pool and whatever. I'm not sure if they all got in the pool or not, but I'm pretty sure they did. Anyway, the East Coast girls actually looked adorable in the water. All of them looked adorable in the water learning the synchronized swimming. It was a really cute, fun, like, activity, and I wish I could have been a part of it. Shit looked lit at AF. I would have definitely been all up in that water. Like, weave, no weave. I would have been in the water because what is water? Like, I can't stand when people just say they don't want to get their hair wet or some dumb shit like that. Like, what do you mean? So after the lesson is over, they have a barbecue. The teacher leaves. They have a barbecue. And Kiki's freaking hair, you guys, is so nice. This whole time I've been trying to figure out if she just has nice hair, and well, I know she has really nice hair, but like I was trying to figure out if she has in bundles as well. I still can't tell, child. Her hair is gorgeous though because she was in the water and it was getting wet, and I was just like, oh my gosh, her hair is literal goals. Like, Kiki has the nicest hair on the show. That's that Jamaican child, yes. But yeah, her hair is everything and then some. I'm here for it. By the end of this damn little excursion, Fran is over here talking about how Brie has grown on her. I said, okay, Fran, you know, it is what it is. I'm a little tired of the back and forth just like Seven is, but I'm a viewer at home, you know. Mainly because with Fran, she kept coming for Bree's occupation, which she kept doing like low blows like that. And for her to turn around now and say Bree's really fun and she likes Bree and Bree's growing on her, I'm just like, she's been fun the whole time. It's you that's just been hating on her and not letting her be great. So that's the only thing I don't like about Fran being up and down with Bree. But other than that, it's whatever. But yeah, at this little barbecue, they all seem to be getting along. It's a freaking great time. And it gets really serious because Fran's there giving Bree and Sayora high fives and saying that she's so glad that they're there. And I was just like, wow. Impressive. Seven is annoyed and she says that Say needs to get it together because Say actually seems to have a drinking problem. Every season they play this shit. Somebody in the house has a drinking problem, and so this season it's Sayora. One season it was Judy. Somebody always got a damn drinking problem in the house, okay? And this all started because apparently Sayora burnt her forehead because she was doing her hair when she was drunk. She basically can't control her liquor. Sayora is really young though. I think she might be the youngest in the house, and so she's still learning her alcohol limits. Seven is not here for Sayora's fuckery, and she says she needs to get it together. So Seven's DJ coach, Papa, the little Asian dude, is coming over to give Seven a quick lesson, and she thinks he's so fine. I do not agree, but Seven is claiming that this nigga is so fine, and Seven kind of confuses me with that because Seven said initially that she loves hood dudes and that the guys that came to that thing were not hood enough for her. But I've seen Seven mac on a freaking white girl with long hair that was like you guys called it you guys like meshed the two words together, femme and a dyke, not a fike. You guys called her I don't remember what it was, but the girl that Seven liked that DeShayla ended up hollering at was a femme slash dyke. We also seen that Seven was, now we're seeing Seven attracted to an Asian guy, and neither of these people are hood, so I'm confused as to what her type really is. I don't think Seven likes black guys. I don't think she does. Because she think everybody fine, basically. And then the two hood niggas that were at the restaurant with her, DeShayla, and Thing, and Key, she wasn't interested in those people either. They were hood. They weren't too bad looking, so I don't really know what kind of guys Seven likes at this point, but she don't like no hood niggas. She don't. She lied. She a damn lie. Anyway, Seven kept talking about her vagina during this DJ session, not of course to him, but in confessional. She just said she needs to think with her brain or focus and leave her vagina out of this because she's really attracted to the DJ and I guess wants to fuck him. I don't know. Anyway, her DJ lesson finishes up and homeboy leaves, and that's it. So Sayora, Bree, and Key are all on the roof, and Sayora is drunk as shit. Like, I'm saying she's drunk as fuck to the point where she needs to vomit, and so she said, I'm gonna go throw up somewhere. Should I, whatever. And so Key hands her a plastic bag to throw up in. Sayora gets up and is wobbling all over the damn place and is trying to make it somewhere so that she can go vomit into this plastic bag. She goes to the edge of the roof to go vomit, and I'm disgusted because I'm just like, Sayora, why are you drinking this much, boo? Like, I just can't with Sayora today. I can't. When she finishes vomiting, she actually still wants to drink. When I finish throwing up, y'all, after a night of hard partying, I'm done. Like, if I throw up, I'm not drinking anymore. I'm done for the night. I want to go to bed. I'm pissed off. Like, that's how I am. If I drink too much and I throw up, I'm going to bed. Like, after I throw up, I just want to shower and go to bed. I don't want to drink more. She's like, should I take that shot? She asked Key. Bree had already gone downstairs. She's like, should I take that shot? Or blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, how do you not know your limit? Like, bitch, you just threw up. Like, I'm a fan of Say, but Say letting me down, y'all. She is. So the next day, ugh, I hate when it gets in my mouth. So the next day, when Sayora wakes up, she's basically telling them that she fucked up her face last night because the bitch fell down the damn stairs. She was so drunk. She said, I don't even really remember what happened. I just remember going to the bathroom and there was like blood gushing from her nose. And I'm just gonna say her lip too, because her lip was actually what was busted. So Seven mentions that she thinks that they need to put Sayora on a drinking restriction. And then Key chimes in and says, no, she just needs a better friend. And I was like, oh, where's this shade coming from? So Bree obviously is not going to take that shit. And so she's just like, what are you talking about? I wasn't even there when that happened. Like, what do you mean? Like, why are you coming at me right now? She basically says, what's up? Like, do you have a problem with me? And Key is like, I'm not going to do this with you this morning, Bree. Blah, blah, blah. Bree is just fed up and she tells her, like, she just sick of her slick mouth. And Key is basically telling her, like, you can't stop my slick mouth, basically. And it's just like, okay, this is dumb as hell. I don't even get where this is coming from. But yeah, Key was just running her mouth as per usual. And can't wait till somebody shut her up. I just can't wait until next damn week. Okay, so I don't know where Bree was during this moment. I think she might have been doing a confessional because honestly, she was the only one missing from the rooftop, and it would kind of be weird if you were in the house by yourself and everybody, including your best friend in the house, would be on the roof. So I think she was probably in confessional when this was going down, and they were all talking about loyalty. This made me feel like it was a little scripted, but Key starts talking to Sayora, and she basically says that the only person's loyalty that's in question here is you and your friend. And so she's like, who? Sayora's like, who? Which friend? Like, what are you talking about? And she says, Bree. So Sayora was very confused by this, and she's just like waiting for Key to elaborate more. And so Key decides to say that Bree is not Sayora's real friend and that she's pimping her. And I'm just like, bitch, how? The last time I checked, Key went on the date with Sayora and James. Key ate for free, got a whole bottle of Patron for herself, and this is all because Sayora decided that she was going to do whatever she did with James. So if Bree is pimping her, bitch, so are you. Don't be calling out Bree when you benefited from Sayora's hoeing, okay? Don't ever. So Key continues, and she's just like, Sayora's more than titties. Like, you're more than titties, but when you're hanging out with somebody that all they know is, or all they know how to do is show and shake their ass for titties. I mean, shake their ass for titties. Shake their titties and their ass to get what they want in life. That's how you are gonna be too. Which, I say that on Botox all the time. Show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. But I just didn't like the fact that Key was the one saying this to her, because at the end of the day, Sayora's a grown-ass woman and she should be making decisions for herself. Nobody's holding a gun to her head telling her to fuck James or to get her pussy ate by James so they can get free food. You know what I mean? Sayora took that number, I think, before Bree even got there. Sayora already had her intentions with James. And so we are not going to look at Bree and accuse Bree of pimping out Sayora when that's not the case. Like, that's not fair for Key to accuse her of that. So then Key starts talking about Sayora's mom situation and the whole fat thing, and she's basically telling Sayora that's not cool. And that's when Sayora started to cry, and Shayla started to like console Sayora. And I'm just like, oh, these bitches are so annoying, because Seven is in confessional talking about flip-flopping and this and that, but you guys are all upstairs talking and having a civil conversation right now, being cordial, hugging. Like, honestly, if I wasn't fucking with Sayora, if I wasn't fucking with the other side of the house and Sayora's crying, I'm gonna leave it up to one of them other two bitches, Fran or Kiki, to hug her and console her ass. I'm not gonna console her if I don't fuck with her, you know what I mean? And so Shayla consoling Sayora is dumb as fuck. And if Key wasn't the one that was, you know, initiating this conversation and talking to Sayora about the situation, Shayla wouldn't even think twice to go and hug motherfucking Sayora. Bet. Key basically tried to tell Sayora that she's looking for love in all the wrong places, and it's because of the neglect that is she getting at home. I said, bitch, is this the life coach? Is that why she's the oldest bitch in the house? Because she's really supposed to be the life coach, but she's putting on a front for the rest of the people in the house? Like, is that what's going on? That's how I feel right now. I feel like she is the life coach, because she does have really good positive things to say a lot of the times, and she is very motherly, I do find. However, her attitude stank. She's stank and immature. and she doesn't take her own advice. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me that she has all this advice to give and she ain't taking her own damn advice. It don't make no damn sense. All of this commotion or all this sappy shit basically made Kiki apologized to Say for hitting her, and then they had their kumbaya moment, and so their beef is now squashed. I'm not gonna say she's easily influenced, because you know what, when it came down to people fighting, she didn't hop in that shit and, you know, just take sides because of who's been in the house longer. She does her own thing, and I don't know if I can say that Sayura's easily influenced, because I never saw Bree telling Sayura to call James up and invite him out because they're low on money and blah blah blah. Especially because Bree's a stripper, like, you know what I mean? She probably came there with enough money to survive, but a free meal, who's gonna turn that down? You know what I mean? We never saw Bree telling or trying to influence Sayura or be a bad influence. They haven't portrayed Bree as that, and I feel like that would be a really good storyline. I don't think that Bree did that to Sayura. I don't think that she tried to convince her to call up James and invite James out so that they could get something to eat. Like, I don't see it playing out like that. And so because of that, we can't say that Sayura is easily influenced. Maybe she felt a little bit more comfortable doing that because she knows Bree's about that life and that's who she's closest with in the house, but Bree never forced her or suggested it to her. Even if Bree is expressing to Sayura what she does in her free time with sugar daddies and at the strip club and all that, even if Sayura is easily influenced by that, that's something that Sayura has to work on for herself. Bree's her own bitch. Everybody in the house should be their own bitch. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say that Sayura is easily influenced, but what I will say is that she goes with the flow. And whatever Sayura is doing now has nothing to do with what Bree has been doing. You know what I mean? That's all on Sayura. So after this little, I guess, heartfelt situation with Sayura, Seven is in confessional and she's like, I know it seems like he is playing both sides of the fence right now, but that's not what's happening. She tries to tell us that the real reason Key is doing this is so that Bree ends up alone in the house and has no friends. She's basically trying to turn them against Bree so that Bree's a lone wolf, so that nobody likes Bree and so that she can confront Bree. I wasn't buying that shit. I know that might have been a part of her intention, but I don't see how that even benefits her. Like, that's how you know she's whack. If that was actually her intention, that was whack as hell. Because I'm just like, how does that benefit you? What is turning them against her gonna do for you in the house? Like, it's not gonna do anything for you. These bitches are corny. In confessional, Seven also says that she doesn't really want to see Bree get beat up by Key, but she wouldn't hate to see it either. And I'm just like, really, Seven? Bitch, really? The joke is, we've heard Kiana get loud. We've heard her do a whole lot of talking and saying that she'll fight everybody in here, but we've not seen her actually be in a fight. We've only seen her threaten people and act like the big dog. And so next week, all that talk will come to an end. But I just think it's funny that Seven is saying in her confessional that Key will whoop Bree's ass when she's not seen this bitch fight before. She's only ever heard her talk about how she whoops ass. Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I gotta see it to believe it. You could talk all day, but like, I ain't gonna believe you if I ain't never seen you, and I'm definitely not gonna vouch for you that you can fight if I've never seen you fight. I don't know this bitch from nowhere. Seven don't know Key from nowhere. For all we know, Key been getting her ass beat on the block every day of her life. Like, we don't know. So I found that really funny that Seven was saying that about Key when she's never seen her fight. Security's always there. Somebody's always getting held back. At this point, we already know that Kiki can't really fight, and that's really the only person that Kiera has had a problem with to the point of throwing blows. Like, that's it. So it doesn't really make sense to me that Seven is even saying anything about anybody getting beat up. So it's nighttime and Key is a little pressed, okay? And so she decides it's time to confront Bree. So she walks into their room and she begins by saying she doesn't have a problem with Fran. She doesn't have a problem with Sayura. She doesn't have a problem with Kiki. Even if we know at home, child, Bree sure don't know, okay? Because Bree has asked her. She was upstairs when they were at the makeup room in this episode, and she said, do you have a problem with me? And she said, I'm not going to do this with you this morning. That's what she said. So how is Bree supposed to know you got a problem with her? So Bree's biting her nails off again, or she's just biting her nails. And she says to Key, but you still haven't made it clear with me what your issue is, or that you have an issue. I don't really know why. And Key tries to say that she has already made it clear with her. I said, no, you didn't. When did you ever say anything? She said it to the other girls, but she never said it directly to Bree, which I find so funny. And so she's getting loud with Bree now. She's annoying. This is what she wanted. And she says to Bree that she thinks it's wrong that how she punked Fran, the girl in the house that she knew couldn't really fight. And she also says she doesn't like how she is pimping Sayora. And so she goes to Sayora, I'm pimping you though? And I was just like, yeah, like, what's the tea? So when she said this, I was like, okay, so she definitely didn't say any of this to Bree ever. So I don't know why she started her sentence with, I've been told you what the issue was. No, you never said any of this to Bree at all. I guess she was expecting the other girls to run back and tell Bree, but that's not how this works. They don't have an issue. They don't need to tell her because they're not trying to start drama. You have an issue with her, you tell her your damn self. So she says to Key that she's being loud for no reason. And then Key tries to tell her that when they were talking to Sayora upstairs, she was crying because she was agreeing with everything that we were saying. I said, hold on now. Only you were talking upstairs. Nobody else opened their mouth about Bree. Only you said anything about her. And only you were talking to Sayora about her mom and whatever. And what was also funny was that Sayora did not cry when she was talking about Bree. She cried when she started talking about her mother and that situation. And so she was trying to flip the shit and trying to make it seem like something it wasn't. She is definitely a manipulator. So Bree tells her, look, if you have an issue, do something. But homegirl left the room, okay? She left the room. So after she leaves the room, Sayora says to Bree, I did not cry about what she was saying. I cried when she started talking about my mom. That's when I cried. And then the other girls in the room confirmed that. So then Bree says, you see, she's always trying to flip shit. So Key comes out of her room and goes back into their room and said, who's trying to flip anything, blah, 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 blah. Kiki starts laughing because the shit is hysterical at this point. Like, it's actually funny because Key is really out here trying to, I don't even know what. Like, I don't get her purpose at this point. I don't really see why she's even meddling and trying to do anything. That's like the word of the week, you guys. Meddling is the word of the week. But I don't really understand what her purpose is. Like, I really don't get what she's trying to achieve or accomplish by, you know, beefing with Bree and also trying to get the other girls to turn on her. So Key in her room yells that Bree is just mad that she's a stripper that thought she was gonna get wifed, psych. And then Bree was like, okay, and I'll be a stripper and I'll make more money than you ever will, you bitch. Okay, and I said, well, damn, child. Well, damn. I know that's facts because with that damn wig on her head, she should be fucking stripping, okay? Key needs to start stripping so she can buy a better wig, bitch. get your money, honey. Step your bread up and step your pussy up too, okay? Because I don't know why everybody keeps coming for this lady's occupation. Just let her be great. Bree's sassy ass told Key that she could buy her life and good night. I said, yes, you better tell this bitch. You better let her the fuck know. Like, I'm sick of these hoes in this house. I really am. Let the season be done. Let it be done. So Key, lovely Key, comes back out of her room and she says, are you just gonna run your mouth or are you trying to do something? Weren't you the same bitch that told Fran if she has a problem with Bree then she needs to run up on Bree? So what exactly are you doing by asking her anything? Run up, bitch. Run up. Like, why are you even saying anything to her? I was so confused by this chat. I said, what is going on here? You are the very same bitch that told Fran that she ought to run up if she has the problem, if she has the issue. You have the issue, so why aren't you running up? You're paging her. You're doing a whole lot of talking, going back and forth in between the rooms. She's sitting there. If you want to fight her, if you want to beat her up, run up. You know you have the advantage. She's on the bed. Pull her by her hair, make her get up. And get your hands up. Like, I'm so confused as to what's going on right now. Nothing ends up happening at this point. So the girls start giggling. They're laughing at Key because she's actually dumb. And 7 gets up and goes into the other room thinking she hard or whatever. And I was confused with it. So I'm like, 7, this has nothing to do with you. Why are you even getting up right now? She's acting mad hard. She goes in the other room and is trying to page them. And I'm just like, what? She is telling these girls that she does not have a problem with them. However, if one of them has a problem with Key and it turns into a 2 people or a 3 people problem with Key, then she will have a problem with somebody. And I'm just like, I'm confused, because if they have a problem with her, that still has nothing to do with you. So I'm kind of confused as to why you're in this room right now when this situation had nothing to do with you. You're over here because they were giggling. I'm confused. Last week, I was starting to like her. Even in the beginning of this damn episode, I was liking 7. And then all of a sudden, she just pissed me off all over again. I just can't stand these bitches. Everybody's saying that 7's not a follower. This episode proved her to be just that. Because you know what? If Key is cordial with everybody, 7 and DeShayla are chilling. If Key has a problem, 7's up running into the next room and causing commotion for what? Talking about she doesn't have a problem with them, but she will if they have a problem with her. Bitch, who are you? Dead ass, these bitches need to pick a side. Pick a side, okay? I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to figure it out here. And I can't get it. I can't get it. Key tried to laugh in her room, but real loud, but nobody laughed with her. 7 was looking pissed, and DeShayla was just on the bed being clueless as usual. So the next day, Key is talking to her roommates, and she's basically, she's talking to 7 and DeShayla, and she's basically trying to tell them that last night she stopped herself because truly she wanted to go over to Bree's bed and drag her out of the bed and beat her up. But I think the real issue here, sorry, I can't talk and do my wing liner because I will fuck it up, so just give me a moment here. In the beauty room, 7 is in there with Bree and Sayora. She's like, last night when you asked me if I had a problem with anybody, why did you say that? Why did you ask that? And I was just like, well, I don't know, maybe because you stormed into the room when you had nothing to do with anything, so yeah, we're gonna think you have a problem. Like, you had no reason to be in our room, so why the fuck were you in our room? Like, I don't understand why the fuck she was even asking that. So 7 is there trying to tell them that they look mad goofy and corny because just the other day they weren't talking to these girls, now they're talking to them, and they keep doing that back and forth shit, and it's whack and blah blah blah. And I'm like, 7, mind your business. Why are you concerned with what they are doing? Like, I'm just confused as to why she cares so damn much. So Bree tells her that she has fun with those other girls, and that's why she befriends them again, or that's why she talks to them. And I'm just like, why are you even answering this bitch? You don't owe this bitch no damn explanation. Like, I wouldn't answer her damn questions. I really wouldn't. And I think it's so funny because literally guys fight all the time. Like, they literally fight all the time. Like, guy friends will get into fist fights with each other, and then the next day they're cool again because they fought it out. Whereas girls can never be able to do that stuff because we talk shit about each other, we call each other names, and we try to say stuff to hurt each other. That's just a girl's nature. And so I think that it's easy for this group of girls to fight and then make up because of the type of fighting that they're doing. Even though with Fran and her situation it's a little different, but like, if they decide that they want to, put their differences to the side and kiss and make up 30,000 times, let them do that. I think 7's real issue is that the other side of the house, 7, DeShayla, and Key, can never seem to make up with the other 4 girls. I think that that's more of her issue, because it's just like, how come they can kiss and make up and they're like actually at each other's throats? We never fought before, but we can't like be friends with them. Why is that? I think that that's the truth. I think that's really why 7 feels some type of way, but I could just make your shit up. So after she has this conversation with them, she goes in confessional, of course. Seven has a lot of confessionals. She goes in confessional and she's like, Sayora, you're irrelevant. Fran, you're irrelevant. Kiki, you're a fat bitch. And Bree, you're a replacement. I said, Bree's a replacement, but she's more relevant than you, first of all. Second of all, why does she keep going for Kiki's weight? Like, why? Like, honestly, I don't get what her bone is to pick with fat people. Like, why does she keep going for her weight? I don't understand. I think she's mad that she's not mixed and her hair is nicer than hers. Okay, Seven is mad because she looks like her edges have fallen out. Y'all saw it in the episode, don't play. Y'all saw her little bald spot having ass. Like, I just don't understand why she keeps coming for homegirl's weight. Leave her alone. Who cares if she's fat? Let her be fat. And then her dumb ass ends her confessional with, and to be quite frankly, y'all ain't even that cute. To be quite frankly? Really? Bitch, it's to be quite frank, and to be quite frank, you're motherfucking stupid. How about that? Okay? Like, don't try to say a freaking phrase and you don't even know how to say it. Like, everybody on the TV shows this week just sound like morons, like literal morons. I don't understand. The word or the phrase is to be quite frank. If you want to say frankly, then you would say it by itself. Frankly, y'all ain't even that cute. To be quite frank, y'all ain't even that cute. She could have said either or, but she said, and to be quite frankly, which is why there's an issue here, okay? So Key gets a call from her manager, and he basically tells her that she is going to have a performance in Las Vegas. So he basically tells Key that she is going to perform her song, and also that Seven is going to DJ. So they're both getting to do things off their bucket list, and this is exactly why I said the show is a little bit scripted, but that's okay because it's not scripted like Mother Effing Love and Hip Hop. Okay, that show is too scripted. He also lets her know that all of the roommates are invited. So this is basically their little trip. Bad Girls Club throughout the years. Last season they didn't even get a damn trip. Okay, they were just told they were going home. They didn't get a vacation. They had enough of them bitches and they said, canceled, you guys are canceled. So they didn't get to go anywhere last season. And this season, they are having to drive themselves. They're not taking a flight or a plane to another country. There's no sexy vacay. They are just simply gonna drive hours to Vegas. So they go and tell the other roommates, and everybody's acting fake and excited and screaming, Vegas! We're going to Vegas! Bitch, shut up. Like, you guys are not friends. Don't act excited. Everybody's screaming, and yeah. Low-key, I feel like Vegas might be a plot, okay? I feel like Bree's stripper friends are gonna meet them there and whoop Key's ass, child. I don't know. That's just me being a little conspiracy theorist, but it is what it is. So, I just need to know why Fran twerks better than Bree, who is the stripper. Fran was moving her little booty cheeks, y'all. I said, okay. You gotta go ahead now, Fran. Once the excitement dies down, Deshayla decides that she's going to ask Franny Fran if she can drive because only Key can drive for some reason, okay? Seven and Deshayla, I guess, don't have their license or what, I don't know, but they can't drive to Vegas. And Key says she can definitely not do the entire drive on her own. So she runs this by Fran, and Fran doesn't really give her a definite answer. And so Deshayla kind of leaves the room telling her to think about it. And then Deshayla runs to go and tell motherfucking Seven, who is practicing her little set. She runs to go and tell Seven about what just happened. And because Fran didn't give her a definite answer, she's making it a little bit more dramatic than it needs to be, okay? Deshayla's being messy right now. So at this point, Seven's pissed, and she decides that she wants to confront somebody, okay? She finna go confront Fran's ass. In the confessional, she actually had the nerve to say this is not about the other girls, and they need to shut the hell up and drive them wherever and whenever they say to. I said, bitch, who is you? I was so mad at this moment. I'm like, no, Seven. Like, honestly, You had my vote last week. This week, you having me be a flip-flopping ass, pancake ass hoe right now because none of you bitches seem to be able to just keep it a buck and like be the same consistent bitch. None of you guys. So none of you guys get a pass from me at this point. Except for like Bree and motherfucking Sayora. Everybody else can suck my dick. Like I was saying, Seven ends up paging Fran. And Fran is confused at first because she never said anything for DeShayla to go and run back and make drama with motherfucking Seven, okay? And so Fran's like, this bitch makes faces all the time. Like, why is she making a big deal out of me making a face? Like, she does it all the time. They even showed a clip of her making up her face and not really saying anything, which I found hilarious. Seven's a hypocrite. So then Fran tells her, actually, my plan was to say maybe 2 people should swap out of the cars. And then Seven basically tries to tell Fran she should have said that. And I'm just like, bitch, she doesn't have to say anything to any one of you bitches, first of all. She doesn't even have to drive if she doesn't feel like it, especially because you guys feel like you're high and mighty and they need to do whatever you say. So I was irritated by that and I just was not here for it. That was basically it. I will see you guys next week. I literally have 1 minute and 3 seconds left to feel like there's no more card space for today because I have stuff on here. And so yeah, super excited for next week because somebody's gonna get their ass beat, hunty, okay? And I'm all here for it. I love you all and I'll definitely see you in the next one.